These types of games aren't covered by the mainstream media, and they need to be covered because they're important. Finally, there's a game that's not Need for Speed Heat or The Crew. That's actually pretty good. Not even pretty good. It's better than those games. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you Wreckfest. This game was developed by Bugbear Entertainment, the developers that brought you Flat Out. I think there's 4 Flat Outs, but they brought you the Flat Out series, which I was a huge fan of back in the day. Now, this game was thrusted into early access on PC Steam in 2000. I almost said 1994. 2014. Now, after a lot of patches, a lot of tune-ups, the game has finally officially released on June 2018. Now, the reason I'm reviewing this game and saying it's one of the best games for 2019 is because I'm a sly motherfucker. This game actually came out officially on consoles, Xbox One, PS4 on August 27th, 2019. So, therefore, this gives me an excuse to talk shit about every other racing game that's out, because that's what I do. For real though, guys, this game is awesome. This is a demo derby, a derby racer, a regular street racer, an off-road racer. I'm pretty sure those are the same things, but whatever. I don't have a lot of racing experience. But I've played Forza. I've played all the Burnouts, like every one. I've played The Crew 1, The Crew 2. I've played Test Drive Unlimited. I've played every Forza, even the Horizon and the regular Forzas, which I'm not a huge fan of because I'm not a big car racer. But none of those games, even the Need for Speed games, ugh, you guys saw my Heat review. None of those games keep me around for more than like a month and before I just toss them out. Now, Bugbear's Wreckfest has kept me around for a few months now. I just recently picked it up on Steam on sale. I believe it was Black Friday, actually, on Green Man Gaming. They had it for like $10, $15. So I ended up picking it up because I was waiting for it to be patched up and just officially released out of early access. And holy shit, is this game a good time or what? Let me get into it. So naturally there's multiplayer, but in the I guess you can say the campaign mode, the first race I did was I was racing in a couch car, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's a couch with an engine on it, and you race through and you just smash into people, and it was great. It was a derby with a bunch of f***ers sitting on a couch and just running into each other, and it was awesome. Now, as you go through the campaign, you do different types of races. You can do off-road races, regular races, destruction derbies, and you accumulate a sort of reputation or points, which allow you to unlock the newer races. And then they go and you unlock new cars. You spend the in-game currency on cars, which you can't buy with real money, so that's fantastic. You have to earn it in-game, but you can use those to unlock new cars, which you can take into the multiplayer. Now, I'm going to spend most of the time, or pretty much all the review, talking about the multiplayer, because, oh my god, this multiplayer is a blast. Now, like kind of going back and looking at games like Need for Speed Heat or The Crew, they have multiplayer, which, let's be honest here, all it is your friends just tagging along with you, doing some races in a circle, and you just drive around this open world before you're bored and you shut it off and play something else. So in this game, it's a combination of racing and destruction derby all in one. So if you're racing and you're going around like a giant loop and you smash into somebody and and their car is broken, they're out. They're out of the race. That's it. DNF, right? Or DNQ, whatever the fuck it's called. Did not finish. DNF. I was right the first time. So they don't finish the race. So not only are you trying to finish the race, but you're trying to not get destroyed and destroy other people at the same time. Now, what this makes for is just absolute chaos, absolute mayhem. Every race, you're going to be laughing your tits off. I was able to get like 7 or 8 friends on this game, and it was absolutely hysterical. Every race that we did, we were laughing our tits off. We were just like keeled over in our chairs, trying to stay upright and just race and try to finish the race. And there isn't a whole lot of variety in the maps, which I think they're going to add later on, and I hope they do, because this game has so much potential. And it lives up to a lot of it now, to the point where, yeah, I would recommend it over Need for Speed Heat. I mean, the Forza, depending on what type of racer you are. I'm more of an arcade racer. Like, I like a game where I can smash shit and destroy shit. So this is more my type of game, just like the Burnout games, which they haven't made one in 20 years. Well, more like 12 years, but you get what I'm saying. Anyways, I like to blow shit up and smash it and just get dirty when I'm racing. And this is a game where you can get dirty. You can race all sorts of vehicles. In the destruction derbies, there are people driving buses, people driving tankers, and just ripping people apart. There's matches where you go around giant loop-de-loops or off giant ramps, and you got to picture this. I mean, 15, sometimes even 20, I believe, people racing on one map, and you're all on one track. It's just absolute mayhem, and it's a sight to behold. So this is just more of a short, I guess, hype video, you can call it, of Wreckfest. And if anybody comes in here and says I'm a shill, you can go f yourself, because I'm just hype about this game. I'm telling it how it is. I love this game. I think this is one of the best racing games that's come out in the last few years. And I've played all the crews, I've played the Need for Speeds, and they just don't do it for me, guys. They just don't. The game does have a decent soundtrack too. Not so much notable artists or anything like that, but the music's pretty good. I mean, if you compare it to something like Need for Speed Heat's soundtrack, which is all just bro fist pumping shitty techno music, and there's a couple bangers on there, but for the most part, the Wreckfest soundtrack just really fits with the attitude of the game. It's just this, I don't care, let's just have a good time, let's f shit up type of game. And it gives you good music to jam to. Some of it reminds me of like 2006 post-hardcore music, where you got like the singing and the screaming and you know, the melodies, and just it's intense and it's awesome. It's also really nice seeing the devs continue to update this game. They just released a holiday pack during the Christmas season. They gave you some new cars and some new maps and whatnot. But they're continuing to update. They're continuing to add content into the game. Most of it's free too, which is great. And you can just see that they care about the game, and they want this game to be something that lasts a long time. Graphically, it looks great as well. They've done a lot of optimization tweaks. The physics, the cars are heavy. They drive great. You look at a game like Need for Speed Heat, the game came out and it left, and nobody said shit about it. This game comes out, they continue to update it, they continue adding value to it, yet you don't see this game covered on any mainstream news sites. And I said this about Kingdom Come Deliverance in my last video review of that game, which a lot of you guys have seen. It's not covered. These types of games aren't covered by the mainstream media, and they need to be covered because they're important. These are games that came out, and yeah, they were early access, which we all have our reservations about it, but they were developed, and they're continued to be developed. And they turn out to be excellent games that are overshadowed by, you know, the AAA monsters like Need for Speed or Forza, games that pay ads to go on IGN or GameSpot. These guys don't have that kind of funding to do that. So word of mouth is the best funding that we have, and we need to continue supporting these games. But anyways, that's my quick overview or take, I guess you can say, of what I think is one of the best racing games of the last couple years, especially 2019. In a world full of shitty video games and shady companies, I'm just here again to educate and inform. Please leave a comment, subscribe, let me know what you guys think of this game if you have it. If you guys plan on picking it up, let me know as well, and then let me know what you think after that. Thank you all for talking games with me, and have a nice night.